Ethan Kapp with your Safe Money Minute, founder of the Safe Millionaire Academy and best-selling author of the book Safe Money Millionaire. Are you hooked on entitlements? I hate entitlements, and that may anger you. I think entitlements are like drugs, and once you get hooked, it's hard to get off. The minute that you think you're entitled to things, you lose sense of reality. It's one of the main reasons our country got into this financial mess that we're in. Americans literally walk around feeling like they're entitled to this and they're entitled to that. My father didn't bring me up that way. My upbringing was much different. I had to earn everything. I was taught ownership, not entitlement. I had to take ownership in my education, in earning my own income. I remember once wanting to have an electric mower so bad, but my parents made me mow the lawn with a push mower. I hated every Saturday pushing that old clunky mower over the patch of grass in front of our house, and it really wasn't that big. What should have taken 15 minutes with an electric mower took over 1 hour with a push mower. I felt like I deserved an electric mower. I wanted it to be easy, but I knew my parents wanted me to learn the value of hard work, something that has been lost for many in this country. I learned hard work from that experience. I learned how to respect and love my parents for teaching me the value of taking ownership in something and finishing it to the end. And I am so grateful for them. They taught me the value of ownership and the amazing rewards that come from wanting to take ownership over things in your life. I remember another time when I just lost a basketball game in high school. I was starting in the varsity, and my sister also played on the varsity basketball team. And we had back-to-back games. I lost mine, and so she was playing, and I was sitting up in the stands with a black cloud over my head because I was really mad. And my mother turned to me and said, "Hey, would you go and get me some popcorn?" I quickly replied, "Since you're trying to get in better shape, why don't you do it?" I actually said something a lot worse, but just for the purposes of this video, I made it nicer. Of course, my mother was not going to let that comment roll off her back, and she looked me directly in the eyes and told me for the next week I had to ride my bike to basketball practice, and no one could give me a ride. Well, here's the problem. I lived up on a mountain 2 miles away from the city on a dirt road, and it was in the dead of winter. I remember the first day I had to ride my bike, I didn't pedal much coming down the hill. I straddled the bike with my feet on the ground, sliding all the way down on this ice-packed road, and I fell a ton of times. When I arrived at practice, I was already out of energy and cold, but somehow I made it through and rode my bike each day to basketball practice. Once again, I'm grateful that my mother taught me to respect her and take ownership for the things that come out of my mouth. I'm also grateful I've taken the steps to take ownership of my financial situation by not putting all of my money to gamble in the Wall Street casino. I've secured a stable financial future by building it on the rock of safety, not on the sands of risk. You remember the old parable, the wise man builds his house upon the rock of safety, and the foolish man built his house upon the sands of risk, or upon the sand. The wind and the rain came, and the foolish man's house washed away. Learn ownership, own your money, and own your retirement. This is Ethan Kapp with your Safe Money Minute.